Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode 1191. Happy Friday. Welcome to the eve of the Madison Card Show. Tomorrow, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolen Drive. Show hours 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Free admission. We've got a sold-out show tomorrow. 175 dealer tables, 3 ballrooms. So come out, see us tomorrow, 9 to 3, the Sheraton Hotel on John Nolen Drive. It's going to be a fun show. I am not setting up, but I'll be, which is a lot less stress for me when I don't set up. And maybe I'll walk around and buy some stuff. I'll dig through some bargain boxes. You know, the thing is, though, about the Madison Card Show, I'm going to criticize my own show. It's kind of light on bargain boxes. It's not a great bargain box show. There are, every once in a while, there's like, ooh, great bargain boxes. And I guess it kind of depends. Like quarter box, like there's like no quarter boxes. I'm trying to think. Really, it's like 50-cent boxes are kind of the low. Like I'm usually the only one that has quarter boxes. I guess Jeff sometimes, but he hasn't been set up for a couple months. But not too many bargain boxes. Now, some people have, like, some of the showcase dealers will have, quote, bargain boxes, but they're like $5, $10, $20 boxes. It's just non-showcase stuff for them. But as far as, like, a full table of bargain boxes, there's just not too many at the Madison Card Show. So, but I know some of the dealers that do have good stuff in their bargain boxes. So I always check out what they have, which when I don't set up allows me to have a little more freedom walking about the floors and the rooms and checking out everything. So tomorrow, Madison Card Show. I do have the dates set up for July, August, September. The fucking Beckett calendar still won't let me, and I've been emailing back and forth with one of their, because I was thinking about doing an ad in the actual Beckett magazine, just something different. And I mentioned that I've been having trouble, and he's like, "Well, I handle that." I'm like, "Well," and all of a sudden, boom. Stroke of luck, it worked that time. I went in yesterday, since I've got the new dates. It wouldn't let me add the new dates. So I've got to email this guy and say, "Hey, I've got dates, I can't add them." So the upcoming dates, of course, tomorrow is the show, Madison Card Show tomorrow, June 22nd, Saturday, July 20th. That's the Saturday right before the National. Saturday, August 24th, and Saturday, September 28th. So now we get, we had a run of 4 straight months of, the final Saturday of each month. Now we're going third Saturday of each month for a few months. September, ideally I get the last Saturday of the month, but there were a couple of reasons. For June, Mike and John that run the Rockford show, they're doing a show in the suburbs, and then the room also wasn't available at the Sheraton on the last Saturday of June, so that actually worked out well. July is the same Saturday as the National. Want to avoid that. August, I'll be at Pearl Jam the last Saturday in August. And then the last Saturday, we are running the last Saturday in September. So sometimes it comes up. So it's never a set weekend. I try to tell people that. But, once you're used to, if it goes 4 or 5 months in a row, the last Saturday, your brain thinks, oh, it's always the last Saturday. It's not always the last Saturday. I want it to be the last Saturday unless other things come up. Like I've got a Pearl Jam concert. I'm not missing that. It's the National. It's whatever. So maybe it's Christmas week, or I guess it wouldn't be Christmas weekend. But so Madison Card Show tomorrow, 175 tables, 3 ballrooms, 9 to 3. Early birds are welcome. James, he's an early bird. He's welcome. James, you're welcome. Madison, got decent bargain boxes. Just got to dig and don't hesitate to buy. They're okay. There you go. See, I shit on the bargain boxes in Madison. I'm like, I get better deals in Janesville. I get better bargain boxes in Rockford. But all right, James is he's a bargain box guy. So all right. James says there's some sleepers in 24 Bowman. Shit's selling really well. Interesting. I'm blowing out my my Bowman fire sale continues until I think noon today. Bowman fire sale is the coupon code when you buy 5 or more any 2024 Bowman in my eBay store. Scrolling at the bottom of your screen, 99centcards.com, 50% off. There's still some hits in my eBay store. Check it out. Of course, we have the 7 or more, 25% off. That's year round. But I've got the Bowman fire sale going on as well. So what else is going on? So last night, I often talk about how I'm a procrastinator. And one of the things that I have procrastinated about is an office chair that I bought. So my wife had to get a new office chair for her. And I think I realized how old this office chair that I have in my shipping room is. I had back, this is, let's see, 2007, 2008 is how old that chair is. A girl I was dating had a cat, and this cat loved to get on top of this chair. So you can tell there's where a cat's been on top of this office chair. And I'm like, holy shit. So that office chair is 15, 16 years old. And so, I was having some back issues, which was probably because of my weight more than anything. Also, sitting in an office chair all frickin' day, not good either. So my wife's like, I need to get a new office chair. She's like, you should probably get one too. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, mine's good. I just sit in it. It's good. She's like, you sit in it a lot. Like, you should get something a little, newer. So I think Costco had a deal. We went, they had floor model. So I sat in, I'm like, yeah, wow, this is nice and comfy. So I think the weekend, and it was before Christmas, 5 months. It's been over 5 months. We bought it over before Christmas, and it was a weekend that I was gone. And my wife put hers together. Mine was still up in the garage, and I think mine was in the garage for over a month. I don't think I moved it to the basement until like after Cubs convention, which is middle of January. So it's in the garage for about a month. I move it down, and then it became a table to sit things on. And every once in a while, my wife would ask, have you put your office chair together? And I'm like, nah, not yet. I'll get around to it. So she mentioned it again this week. So yesterday evening, I'm shipping away, and my wife comes down and she goes, first she looked at the room and she's like, oh my God, because it's a disaster right now. And she goes, move this stuff off and I'll put your chair together. So here's the thing. I don't know how to put shit together. Like I lack the ability to put stuff together. My brain does not comprehend. So I used to get really pissed off. Like I think I was pissed off at myself for my brain not knowing. Like, I'm so dumb. Why are you so dumb? So I get mad. And then I was like, fuck it. I'm not putting shit together. That's when, and then like, as I got older, I got wiser, and it's like, oh, well, just make friends that can put shit together. Like, and then say, hey, I'll give you a 12-pack and you can put my grill together. So that's what I've done. So my wife comes down and she's like, I'll put your chair together. I'm like, okay, cool. So I unboxed it, and my wife put my office chair together. I take my man card. I don't care. My brain doesn't work. Directions, can't read them. Just does not comprehend. So I've got the new office chair. She's like, should we put this on Facebook Marketplace for free? And I'm like, nobody's gonna want this. Look at this office chair. Look at this chair. She's like, somebody will take it. It's free. I'm like, okay. John said I never had a man card. That's true. Never changed my own oil. I've never changed a tire. I don't care. Fuck it. I don't care. Call me a sissy boy. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm 40, almost 42. I don't care. So that was my adventures last night. That was my wife's adventures, putting together my office chair. Andy Mack is here. Good morning. Last day of school. Yes. David's in the house. Good morning. Great long weekend. There you go. Memorial Day weekend. Shane's here. Good morning. He's got more storms coming. I hope we don't get. I don't think we have more storms coming in my neck of the woods. I looked. I don't think we have any rain coming until like Sunday, which I'm kind of hoping we get some rain tomorrow. I don't know. It's kind of, this is the weekend where it's a double-edged sword, because I don't want to wish rain on Bratfest. This morning, right now, if you're in Madison, Wisconsin, you can take a Brat to work day. It is take a Brat to work day in Madison. You can go right now to the Alliant Energy Center Fairgrounds and pick up a Brat and take it to work. Take a Brat to work day. That's a thing. Bratfest starts today. We got some great bands on stage, like the Village People, Boba Flex, Tantric, the Foo Foo Dolls. My buddy Ray, he'll be set up at tomorrow's Madison Card Show. He's got the 90s cover band Foo Foo Dolls on stage at, I think, 4:40 when they're on stage. There's like 8 stages, so there's a lot of music. Quiet Riot tomorrow night. So I don't want to wish rain on Bratfest, but there's a part of me that's like, maybe we could use a little rain so people don't want to go out and do things. You don't want, especially on Memorial Day weekend, you don't want like 80 degrees and sunshine during a card show, because, now the true, like the spenders of money at a card show. And here's the thing about traffic. I had a dealer like, is this room going to get traffic? It's like, well, I don't know. I hope so. The plan is for me to bring traffic to every room. That's not always the case. Sometimes traffic is low. But people are spending money. And it also comes down to you as a dealer. Not only do you have to have good stuff at good prices, but to make sales, you have to have good stuff at good prices that people in the room want to buy. So there's a lot of variables that go into it. It could be a crowded, I've had shows where it's just absolutely jam-packed, and I've had dealers complain like, oh, I didn't sell anything. Well, there was people here, and sure, they could be a lot of tire kickers. I think especially when shows are new, and I saw this in Janesville a lot, because in Madison, I couldn't really gauge it because I wasn't really, I wasn't setting up at card shows. Like, I just started a show. So I really couldn't gauge it. But by Janesville, I had done enough Rockford shows. I had done enough Madison shows. So when a new show that I started setting up at, on a consistent basis, I could kind of read the room. And early on with the Janesville show, I noticed, yes, there was a lot of people, but there were a lot of just like people from Janesville, like looking for something to do. Like, hey, there's nothing to do today. Let's go to the card show. And so they go to the card show because it's a new event in town. Let's go check out what all the talk's about. And those people are typically not your buyers. They're just looking around. They want to get out of the house. There's something new going on in town. So sometimes you have that. Value Box Digger says there's been great talk in Minnesota about seeing a once-a-year big trade night on a Friday before a show there. Some are interested in helping organize. We should talk at some point. I'm not a big trade night guy. I'm a trade night. I'm pro trade night, but I'm not pro trade night for the Madison Card Show or, if somebody wants to do just throw one together on a Friday night in Madison, go for it. I'm not because I'm not a trade night kind of guy. Like that's not my thing. But I think it's good because I know they're popular. But with Madison, it's a 1-day show. And there are people that stay at the hotel the night before, not too many. I don't know. I'm not going to start one because I don't want even more work on my plate for the show. There's enough to do on Friday. I'm there Friday nights. I mean, putting one room together. James says Madison has decent bargain boxes. Just dig. Philly Joe's in the house. Good morning. Free for all Friday. James says there's some sleepers in 24 Bowman. Mikey says, I feel bad about leaving the negative feedback yesterday, but the guy hasn't sent me a revision request yet, even though I asked. Well, that sucks. Kyle, good morning. Herman's in the house. Good morning. Mikey's interested in the anime Jason Dominguez. I do not do deals off eBay. I do eBay only because it streamlines. It's a pain in the ass. Ask people who I've done on occasion deals off eBay, and you think I'm slow shipping on eBay. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot, because it's not like eBay. Everything is in order, and I can ship it. Plus, I don't have to go through my PayPal receipts and be like, for taxes. It's just a bitch. So I do all my sales through eBay, with the exception of my YouTube sales, of course, card show sales, and that's enough. That's enough. Let's see where we at. Maybe I could do the Jason Dominguez anime and do it on a YouTube live sale. That way it's streamlined. Let's see. Kyle says, what Pearl Jam song makes you drive faster? Even flow. What's a good Pearl Jam song? Like here's the thing. Most of the Pearl Jam songs, Pearl Jam's not music I listen to like pump me up, like to drive fast. Like my favorite Pearl Jam songs are the slower ones. Elderly Woman is one of my favorites. The fast songs like Spin the Black Circle, like some of those, like those are not, I'm not like, it's like, I could do without those. I like Even Flow. Alive. I guess Alive is probably one of them that's a pump me up Pearl Jam song that I like. Alive is probably the one. When what's the song? There's a couple songs that, man, I just, it pumps me up. Prodigy. There's a couple Prodigy songs. Smack My Bitch Up, which is not a good song. Don't read the lyrics. It's got a good beat. Lyrics are bad lyrics. And Firestarter. And when I was in summer school, not only can I not read directions and put shit together, I can't do math. So I had to go to summer school for algebra. And summer school, when you live in a small town, is not at your local high school. You have to go to the city with stoplights. We had to get in our horse and buggy and go down to Kewanee. And so my summer school was in Kewanee. I had a little 1989, my first car, 1989 Pontiac Sunbird. And thing was a piece of shit, but man, it lasted. That thing, I beat the hell out of that car and it just kept ticking. So I had an 89 Pontiac Sunbird and was in algebra class. And there was a dude who I actually worked at the grocery store with his sister. His name was Scott. His sister was Heidi. And so Scott and I were in this algebra class, and Scott lived in the next town. He lived in, I think, Atkinson, which is like 5 miles from Anawan. So we would have to go Route 78 north, wrong direction. Route 78 north from Kewanee High School to Anawan. So just a couple miles north of Kewanee is on 78 is called it's a big hill. It's called Messmore Hill. And you get there and you've got a clean shot. You can see like 2 miles ahead because there's a lot of curves and stuff on 78 small hills. But when you get to Messmore Hill, you get to the top of Messmore Hill coming out of Kewanee, you can see all the way down into the valley and then all the way up, and then there's an S curve. So we would get going. We would drag race, and I would play every day after summer school. I would get my Prodigy CD and my 12-disc CD changer. I'd freaking blast Firestarter and my little Pontiac Sunbird got up to 75. I don't know the fastest I got to it, but we would race. He had, I think, like a Cavalier, so he had an edge. He had a little edge on me with the Cavalier. They were a little spunkier, a little faster than my Sunbird. I am the Firestarter, terrific Firestarter. Prodigy. So that's like my drive fast. But now in my old age, like Prodigy's not really like, yeah, listen to it. But what's the drum solo on I Can Feel It, Phil Collins, in the air tonight. Oh man, that gets me. And then like a cruising song not necessarily makes me drive faster, but and I think this probably is rooted from the movie Jerry Maguire, Free Fallin', Tom Petty. Like that's just the ultimate cruise song. So those are some of my favorite driving songs. Happy Friday, Peter. What's going on? Mikey's running a fire sale on 2023 Bowman. Have way too much of it. Joe Trotto's in the house. Good morning. Johnny M is here. Good morning. Waiting on my delivery of 115 16-foot composite decking boards. Going to be busy this weekend, ripping and flipping my deck. That doesn't sound fun. That doesn't sound fun at all. Orlando's in the house. Good morning. Joe says, anyone else having their shipped and awaiting your feedback and an entire order section wiped out by eBay? Started yesterday morning and haven't sold an item since. No, I have not. So I don't know. I guess I don't know what is the section actually not there, or have you actually not sold anything? Or do you think there's a correlation? Are those not there and you haven't sold anything? I guess I'm confused by this. No, everything's smooth. I've been selling, made some sales this morning. Everything's been hunky-dory in my eBay store so far. Knock on wood. Sold the second Jordan lot this morning. I took an offer this morning. Zach and Porter, good morning. John says, dude just told the world his wife did that. You bet. My wife put my office chair together. James says, you didn't hire someone to put the chair together. Nope. Normally we would. Normally that's something. Just have a handyman do it. That's true. I did never have a man card. We now know what is in his wife's purse and not on him anymore. John says, and you look like you're dressed for the day of school. I assume your wife laid out your clothes. Normally, actually, I've bought some clothes lately. Usually because this is where I'm a dude. Like, I'm not a dude because I don't put my office chair together or change my own oil, but I'm a dude because typically I wear the same shit over and over. And then my wife's like, and then so my wife notices and then she buys shirts for me. So that's how that works sometimes. George in the house. Good evening to you. Max says, fuck Brat Fest. How about no rain on card show day? Well, wait. No rain on card show day. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I want it to rain like in the morning, but in the afternoon, I don't know. Good morning, Jody. I guess I don't know what I want. It's rained the past 2 weeks around here. We have had quite a bit of rain. Fortunately, it hasn't rained in a couple days. But we got a ton of rain. My pond is way up. It flooded my little I weeded a nice little sitting spot next to the pond, and it's flooded. So my spot's flooded. The pond's not flooded, but my spot, it's like shit. I don't know like what's the average. Do I just keep weed eating up? I don't know. Zach says long weekends don't apply to Bo. That is very true. Speaking of that, my finger is hovering over a neutral feedback until my Bowman Bonanza flash sale deal ships. 3 business days. Mikey's in the house. All right. We already knew Mikey was in the house. Mikey says, can we do another live night call-in episode? I miss seeing each other and talking live. Yeah, we'll have to run that back at some point. George says, I'm live from a chicken restaurant with my friend's son at the moment. What's up? Is it fried chicken? Zach says, 2 truths and a lie. Ooh, I like this game. I've helped a Major League Baseball buy overpriced basketball cards. I've thrown out the first pitch of a Major League Baseball game. I've put together an office. Oh! Overpriced basketball cards. Oh, I'm like, what basketball? I was thinking like singles, like, Marcus Stroman. Yeah, okay. Zach's got jokes this morning. George says, Fred went to the gym and left me taking his son to a fried chicken restaurant. Mikey says, I completely suck at making trades. Merle says, good morning. Are we planning a party for episode 1, 2, 3, 4? The 1, 2, 3, 4. What would you want for the anime? Cash. Cash is king. I need to make my money back. Andy Mack says, Rearview Mirror. Good PJ driving song. Yeah, Rearview Mirror's a good one. Yeah. There you go. Oh, wow. Rearview Mirror. Big one. Everybody likes the Rearview Mirror. Pearl Jam songs cure insomnia. Oh, shut up. Shut up. Who's got the wrench? Ban this man. Boo this man. Zach and Porter says some smart people in this chat. Good morning, Uncle Rich in the house. Kyle says, I'm not a real Pearl Jam fan, but did like Into the Wild soundtrack. I am not. Andy, I'd like your thought. Andy's a big Pearl Jam fan. I'm not a big fan of the new album. I've listened to it a couple times now, and I'm just, none of it really speaks to me. Bo's hyper song is Tub Thumper. Little Chumbawamba. Harlan's here. Good morning. Zach says, if you turn Prodigy on in Dane County, your car shuts off. Them's the rules. I don't make them. Mikey says, how's the lawn service care going? Yeah, I don't mow my own lawn either. See, John, you don't even mow your own lawn either. See, at least I was mowing my own lawn up until a couple weeks ago. Yeah, they've been coming. They mowed yesterday. And since we've had all this rain, thank God, it would have been such a pain in the ass because I'd have to be mowing like every week at least, if not more. So yeah, it's money well spent having the lawn mowed. Zach says, hey there, Delilah gets Bo rocking. Had it on repeat before the first pitch. Hey, I can't remember his name, but the lead singer is a big Cubs fan, and he used to be at all the Kerry Wood fundraisers. Merle says, Mikey, you just traded me a Caitlin Clark for $20. That counts as a trade. There you go. Cash is king. George drives to Creed with arms wide open. Love me some Creed. I had, going back to this, I had, when I was gardening, when I am an 80-year-old woman, when I was gardening last week, my neighbor who has the death metal band comes over and I had Creed radio playing on Pandora. I don't know if it's a Creed song or what, but of course he hates Creed. You know, he's death metal. He's big into Metallica though. But they had their band night on Wednesday night. It's like, what the fuck, man? Mikey says, oh, that was you that I sold the PSA 6 Clark to. I was wondering who that was. There you go. Orlando, Tom Petty is great while driving. I love Petty. Love Petty. Petty's one of those. Petty's probably, he might even be my second favorite behind Pearl Jam. Like as far as catalog goes. Pearl Jam number 1. I think Petty's number 2 for me. My second favorite. Love Petty. Merle says, I don't make trades either unless you count 3-party trades. Selling these cards to this person for cash and buying these other cards that I want with that cash. There you go. Prodigy is the 90s equivalent of Bowman Chrome. Sal Dougie's in the house. Good morning. Did some early morning wax ripping. 95 Stadium Club. I can't remember what that looks like. 2020 Heritage and 2024 Series 1. So 2020 Heritage would have been, I got to do the math. Is that 70? The 70 design? So this is 70. Are we on 74? Just opened a case. I should know. No, we're on 75. 75 and 24. 74 and 3. 72 and 1. 71. 71. So the black border. Cody, good morning. I'm a little behind, but it's going to rain today. It is going to rain. What the fuck? Well, shit. Joe says, I now can't give any feedback. I wonder if you're like suspended. Sounds like you're getting your shit shut down. You better talk to eBay. That sounds pretty serious. Johnny Boy Cards, good morning. Happy Friday. Christian's in the house. Good morning. Mikey says, I've had the same clothes since junior high, but I don't want to spend $2G on clothes since I like Nike stuff. Well, there you go. I meant how much cash for the Jason. I didn't know if you would do comps. I'll sell it at whatever the comps are. Flatland Flipper. The Offspring is perfect road trip music. Zach agrees. Offspring can jam. I don't know what Offspring songs there are. What's Offspring song? I mean, I know like "Give It to Me, Baby." Original Prankster. The Kids Aren't All Right. Why Don't You Get a Job? Pretty Fly for a White Guy. Come out and play. Yeah, I like some Offspring. Mikey says, since the guy refunded the original sale of $300 and now selling for $150. I'd have to look at, I don't know what they're selling for. I'll look it up. Rich says, I'll leave it to our rock star roadie, Mr. Keating, to decide which musical comments deserve the wrench. There you go. John says, I still get uncomfortable when I lock eyes with my lawn guy. Delilah is a good Columbia University track star. This isn't your Chat GPT incognito search. This is a chat. Ezra. Rich drives to 60s and 70s top 40. Andy Mack says, I don't love new Pearl Jam album songs until I hear the songs live. I've heard some of the new songs live and I like them a lot. Interesting. See, I'm like I'm not a concert guy. I'm just I think I've only been to 5 Pearl Jam concerts, which is 5 more than most bands that I've seen. Let's see. I've been to Pearl Jam. I saw the Pumpkins. I saw in high school, I saw Kid Rock and Seven Dust. I went for Seven Dust, I swear. I saw Three Doors Down with Fuel and Oleander in college. Gosh, what else? What else have I seen? Those are the only memorable ones. I saw something else at the Sylvie is where I saw the Pumpkins. I saw something else. I've been there twice, and I can't remember what the other show was that I saw at the Sylvie. Yeah, like I'm not a big live music fan. John says you can buy a Petty backstage pass from my eBay store. Hey, very cool. George says I was listening to CCR this afternoon, so I win this chat. There you go. Cooter, good morning. about to head to Birmingham. We always start with Van Morrison in the morning. Nice. John says, I'd give it to you, but I only do deals through eBay. Well, that's how it works. That's how it works. Dan's in the house. Good morning. Happy Friday. John says, all Offspring songs begin with yeah. Kind of like all Jason Derulo. I don't think, does this chat even know who Jason Derulo is? I bet John doesn't. Well, John's a music guy. He probably knows of him. Jason Derulo. Brian Bourne, what's up? Wanted to do a birthday rib today, but Target only had rib. I'm like, where are you going for ribs? Madison's not a very good rib town. Rib. But Target only had Heritage and Flagship. I wasn't feeling any of those. Went to Walgreens and bought out all the repacks for $6. Nice. Team Kansas cards. Good morning. How about some Foo Fighters? Foo Fighters are okay. I'm not huge on the Foo Fighters. I like butt rock. Some Foo Fighters might be considered butt rock, I guess. I don't know. I put Foo Fighters a step above the butt rock, though. Brian says, should be a fun junkie rip. Grateful Dead. Now, those were experiences to go to as a concert. I've got one of my buddies is a huge Grateful. He goes to all the whatever they are now. What's the tour? It's not Grateful Dead anymore, but are any of the original? Well, it's a band. I don't think anybody has any original members, but how many? Are there any original members of Grateful Dead? I don't know. Scott says Black is one of my go-to karaoke songs, just so I can hold the long note at the end. Nice. Flawed Thinker, good morning. Merle's in the house. You should be prepping for the weekend with some Quiet Riot. Yeah. I don't know. If I and I probably won't go to Bratfest at all. I talk all about Bratfest, but I don't go. I would go see Tantric. Which is I think Tantric would fall into butt rock category. Dead and Company, thank you, Jody. Dead and Company is what they are now. Jay Grimes also, Dead and Company, thank you. Rich says some of the Grateful Dead still living. So last night, after I got the chair put together, my wife put the chair together. My shipping area is just a disaster, and so I had a bunch of stuff from Goodwill pallet. A lot of the stuff now is Jay wants us dead and due. So I had some like bags of just crap. And a lot of stuff that comes from the Goodwill pack, they're in like garbage bags and shopping bags, and it's just like garbage, junk wax. And so typically I just throw those on a shelf, and a rainy day, I'll grab a bag, dump it out. It's like panning for gold. Usually it's just a bunch of fool's gold, but every once in a while there's some good stuff. Like last night, there's this bag. I dump it out, and there's a couple decent cards in there that were, not banged up. But then all of a sudden I found like 4 or 5 ticket stubs, 3 of which were Appalachian State. And then I'm like, Appalachian State, 2007, Michigan. And I'm like, holy shit, this is the game, the upset of the century, as it's called. Appalachian State beat Michigan at the Big House. So I looked, I went online to confirm it was September 1st, 2007. Looked on, there's only like 1 ticket on eBay. So I've got 3 of them. They'll go on eBay. It's funny. And I was thinking like Michigan fans would probably, it's like, no, Michigan fans probably don't want this. And the Appalachian State fan base is probably, pretty small. It's like, who's buying this ticket? So it'll go in my eBay store soon. Coming soon. So that's the fun part of the Goodwill pallets, is like when you least expect it, you'll find something fun like that. And it's sometimes it's completely random, like Appalachian State, Michigan ticket stubs in a Goodwill pallet. Where we at? Brian is in the house. He says Stu Gotts from Dan Lebitard went to Grateful Dead at the Sphere in Vegas last weekend. Missed work because all the drugs he did. Oh, is it Stugoats? He had a Ginter card, I think, didn't he? Andy says, I've been to hundreds of shows, mostly pre-2003. Woodstock 99 was a highlight. I had some students talking about the Netflix documentary in class. They about died when I said I was there. Very cool. George says, one of my Mount Rushmore singers from my high school years is John Resnick. That shows the music I like, but I like all music. Johnny M just lost 15 cents on a 99-cent sale. Kill it. There you go. That's what you got to do. Hopefully it drives in more sales. Teachers don't exist outside of school to students. I know it wasn't that like when you were in school. And I remember like going to like, if I was in like junior high and going to like seeing a teacher at Walmart. Oh my God, it was mind blowing. Oh my God, my teacher shops. Like, I don't know what was going through I was a dumb kid, but I don't know what was going through my brain. Like, why wouldn't I guess my brain wasn't developed that, they're people like, did I think they were celebrities and teachers like had people go shop for them and drive them around? Like, oh my God, Mrs. Garrett is driving her car. Oh, she doesn't have a chauffeur. Like, I don't know. Like, what is that? Like, what? I'm curious. Now I'm curious. Why did I think the way I thought? Like, oh my God. And then when I found out teachers drank alcohol, oh, mind blown. Mikey says, I hope I'm not being annoying or upsetting you. No, you are not. Dat dude from Duryea says, I will see the Rolling Stones at the Meadowlands on Sunday. Very nice. Andy Mack says, have fun. Flawed Thinker says, that's awesome. Mikey says, I'm trying to convince my mom to take me to the Madison Card Show, but it's 10 hours away. That's a bummer. Yeah, it's a hike, man. Go on boogers to sell. Oh, yeah. No, so here's the fun thing about boogers. Boogers, by the way, if you're not familiar, boogers is like the biggest ticket Facebook group. So I escorted myself out of the group, and here's why. I have a buddy who is into tickets, and he kind of thinks they're worth a lot more. He had, and I think this all stemmed from, he had a Luis Robert debut autographed, and which was during the COVID year. So it's not as, tickets are not as collectible if fans couldn't go, if it wasn't like an actual ticket to a game. It was like a season ticket. So it was never used. Fans weren't there. So those are seen as less valuable in the ticket space. So I would like hound my friend in Booger's ticket group like relentlessly regarding the Luis Robert debut. And Luis Robert also basically misspelled debut, and it was spelled with a B. So it says Baybue. So me and another friend just razz him, and he thought it was like a $10,000 ticket. Like, dude, you're smoking crack. So I hounded him, and one of the admins or the admin like messaged me, and he like being like a cock kind of. He was being like a hall monitor, and which I guess is what admins have to do. And I just didn't like his tone. I'm like, fuck this group. So I left. So yeah, I'm not on boogers, and I get such low balls in that group because I had some tickets, and I think it was my Giannis that I also found in a Goodwill pallet. It was the Giannis. It was his home rookie debut, his rookie season, like his second game overall. I had 2 or 3 offers in boogers, and it was like $50. It was like the best offer, like $50, maybe 100. And it ended up selling for 225 or 250 on eBay. So I'm not a big Boogers fan just because I'm a cock and stubborn. Christian says, I'm an MSU fan. I want one to wear around my neck, Logan Paul style. I love it. Buckeye fans will buy those. Yeah. Ohio State fans. Yep. Ohio State fans. Card hobbyist. Good morning. George says, students legit thought I flew back and forth to America every day when they saw me in town once. I love it. That's hilarious. Sports card ripping teacher, getting company in fish folks are some of the nicest people to be around at a concert. Redbirds or dead birds have a nice weekend. Getting company in fish folks. Flawed Thinker says, I feel like butt rock is a guilty pleasure for others, but to me, it's just another part of my day. Yeah, I love butt rock. It's not really, I wouldn't even call it a guilty pleasure. Like, I'll blast it in my backyard. I don't care. I'll roll the windows down and have Creed thumping. I don't care. My wife puts together my office chair. I don't care. Other men mow my lawn. I don't care. I don't change my own oil. I don't care. Dead and company and fish. I do see students at Wrigley Field every once in a while, and I'm thinking, pay me more so I don't have to do this anymore, although I would still work probably. There you go. So, hey, let's play Name That Player. It's a free-for-all Friday. We've got a fun Name That Player today because I did a little preparation for it. Let's flash that scoreboard. Max has the lead with 42 points. Card Hobbyist making a little run, though, with 30. Flipping Sports Guy at 22. Matt Like and Rich both at 14. Joe Trotto has 13. Dan, Korean Cardboard, has 12. I've got one for him today, but I don't see him in the chat. Flawed Thinker has 10. Harlan with 9. Porter 6. Brian 6. Scotty Dubs 6. Merle 5. That dude from Duryea has 5. And John has 4. SoCal Guy has 3. And there's the rest of the scoreboard. We've got a mix baseball, football, non-sports today. So let's roll it out. So we've got I think Uncle Rich is going to do well today. Scotty Dubs, if he's lurking, he might do well today. So here we are. First card. I should get my phone out so we don't have any. Oh, damn. I hate Face ID. All right, who's this guy? 88 Donruss. It is not Guerrero. It is Duncan. Travis Bogart. Mariano Duncan. All right, make sure the volume's on. Okay. Mariano Duncan. We're just going to throw him away. All right, so who got that? Travis Bogart. Is that your first point of this round? I think it is. Travis, I don't see you. I know you've got points in past games, but I think this is your first point in our new round. All right, Travis Bogart on the board. All right, next up, we're going to football. Dan Marino is correct. Card Hobbyist. We will not throw Dan Marino away. Dan Marino, Card Hobbyist. Oh, where we at? Just make sure. Card Hobbyist was first, and he's climbing. There we go, 31. All right, next up. Oh, back to baseball. Oh, this is a tough one. Unless you know your 91 score. Who knows their 91 score baseball? Who knows their early 90s Houston Astros? Obviously, this guy's a pitcher. It is not Cubs color commentator Jim DeShays. It is not Pete Harnish. It is not Pedro G. Marino. It is not Xavier Hernandez. It is not Jamie Moyer. It is not Nolan Ryan. It is not Richards. It is not Hennis. It is not Good Morning. What's up, Michael? Jeff Juden. No, it's not Jeff Juden. Not Mike Scott. Travis Bogart. Yes, Travis with his second point. It is Bill Gullickson. Bill Gullickson. Travis Bogart, 2 points today. Killing it. 2 out of 3. So we got to move him up the board. Travis. And there we go. Oh, did not paste. There we go. Comma. All right. Next up, everybody's favorite, wrestling. This is the only wrestling card of the day, of the game today. So don't get too upset. Wrestling. All right. It is not Hulk Hogan. It is not JYD Junkyard Dog. That's George's favorite wrestler, by the way. Same era, though. Travis Bogart is on a freaking roll. Travis Bogart, I think. Oh, yep. All right. It is George, the Animal Steele. The Animal is correct. George Steele. We would have taken the Animal. We would have taken George Steele. The Animal, George Steele. Travis Bogart, 3 points. Travis, 3 out of 4 for Travis Bogart. How about that? Max, you suck today. Travis Bogart. All right, here we go. And then he's going to blame, oh, it's junk. That's what Max, no, it's junk. All right. Here we go. All right, next up, we're going back to baseball. Oh, 70s baseball. A lot of people knew that was George the Animal Steele. I'm impressed. All right. We're going back to the 70s. Back to the 70s. Who's this Atlanta Brave? By the way, I'm going to be hanging out with this guy at the end of June at the 1984 Chicago Cubs reunion. We've got a couple. I will take nicknames in here as well. Looks like, a lot of people got this. It is not Lloyd Mosby, but it is Gary Matthews. Max, how about Max getting a 70s card? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Gary Sarge Matthews. So Max with a point. He will be at the 1984 Cubs reunion at Club 400. Ryan Sandberg's confirmed. Lee Smith is confirmed. Larry Boa. And like 15 others. It's going to be a fun time. All right, we're back to football. Modern football. Modern football. Cincinnati Bengals. Not too modern. It's a few years old. Modernish. Andy Dalton is correct. That dude from Duryea. Oh, wait. No. Not that dude from Duryea. We got a whole bunch of answers coming all at the same time. Card Hobbyist. Let me just double check here. Dalton. Card Hobbyist was the fastest. Andy Dalton. All right. Card Hobbyist with another point. 32 for Card Hobbyist. All right. Next. Ooh, non-sport. Next up, we have Marvel. I would have zero clue who this was. I'd be like, I don't know. Wow, Venom is correct. Card Hobbyist. Card Hobbyist knows his Marvel. Wow, yeah, y'all know your Jesus. How do you guys know who this is? I've never even heard of Venom. The fuck is a Venom? You guys are good. Card Hobbyist. Let me just double check. Card Hobbyist was first. Card Hobbyist is at 33 points. All right, next. We're back to the 70s. Let's see. Back to the 70s. Another 78 tops. Look at those eyebrows. California Angels. Venom is a Tom Hardy movie. I don't know what that means. Who's Tom Hardy? Not Bill Brasky. He does have a unibrow, but I'm not going to accept unibrow. I do see a correct answer. Let's see. SoCal guy got it. Andy Etchebarren or Etchebar. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Andy is correct. SoCal guy got it. SoCal guy. I know he's got some points. He's got 4 now. He's now in a tie with that 70s card show. All right. Next, we're going back to football. Football. Oh, this is the same set as the Andy Dalton card. Indianapolis Colts. This is Mikey's favorite team. Jeff Saturday is correct. And isn't he the coach? I think he's the coach now. Spam likely says Friday. No, Saturday. First one was Card Hobbyist. Just double check. Card Hobbyist. Card Hobbyist. Wow, he is catching up to Max. 43-34. All right. This is a fun one. I've got multiples to choose from. 2 points. And I just want first names. I don't need last names, but let's see how can I. Oh, actually, that works out well. So just need the first names of these 2 characters from The Simpsons. Who are my Simpsons fans? Maud is not correct. Velma, not correct. Marge, not correct. Simpsons, not correct. Card Hobbyist says, I know they are Marge's sisters. That is correct. But we will not accept. Patty is correct. All right, we got one more. Harlan got the point. Got the point for Patty. Christian got Selma. All right, so Harlan and Christian with the points. Patty and Selma. And I think their last names are, is it Bouvier? Patty and Selma. Bouvier. All right, so Harlan got the point for Patty. Let's just double check. I know there were some answers coming right in. Harlan confirmed. Christian confirmed on Selma. Harlan. Brian was right. You were just tick too slow. Harlan. He ties Flawed Thinker with 10. All right. And then Christian, we give you Selma. Oh. Christian, do you have points? Christian, I don't see. Oh, yeah, Christian's got 1, so he's at 2. All righty. And Patty and Selma Bouvier. All right. Next up. Spam says, I would have gotten it if it weren't for those pesky kids. All right. Baseball. This guy was a stud when he came up with the Montreal Expos. And I think you're going to get it right away, so I don't feel like I'm giving anything away. He has a daughter. Yes, he has a daughter. He has a daughter that plays in the WNBA. Yes, it's Delino DeShields. Delino DeShields, and the fastest was Max. We will give the first name credit because Delino, he's probably the only Delino in Major League Baseball history. Max with the point. He's at 44. Next, we're going, more non-sports. Christian says, my slow internet connection keeps me from dominating. All right, next up. Oh, this is a classic right here. And I would not, even though I watched the show, I couldn't remember his name. All right, from Beavis and Butthead. From Beavis, he says recycle. Do you know this guy's name? It's not Mr. Hand. It's not Jack or Steve. I don't know. I don't know his. I'm only going to take his last name. It doesn't even say his first name. And I don't know his first name. I don't know if it's even on the show. So I'm not going to take first names, but yes, it's Mr. Van Driesen. Mr. Van Driesen. That dude from Duryea. Mr. Van Driesen. All right, that dude. First point today. I think you've got some points on the board. Where are you at? That dude, he's at 6 now. That dude from Duryea. 6 points. You are now tied with Porter, Brian, and Scotty Dubs. The 4 horsemen. All right, that dude from Duryea. All right, next up, we got a few more. I think we got 3 more left. Back to baseball. We've got baseball, non-sport baseball, modern baseball. Modern baseball. Oakland A's. Who's this guy? He's still playing. It is Marcus Semien. Card hobbyist with that faster internet. Marcus Semien is correct. Card hobbyist. He got some fast internet now. All right. Card hobbyist with 40 or 35 points. He's closing the gap on Max. All right. Next up, non-sports. Where is Dan, Korean Cardboard? This one's all for him. I will take the name of the character. I will not take the first name of the character. I will not take the first name of the character. I will take his last name. I will take his real name, the actor's real name. All right. So character first name is out. Won't get a point for that, but I will give you the point if you're the first to get his last name or his real name, his birth name. All right. Here we go. From Star Trek. Should be a gimme. One way or the other. Captain Kirk is correct. William Shatner, card hobbyist. Card hobbyist. The fastest. All right, card hobbyist. With Captain Kirk, William Shatner. 36 for card hobbyist. All right. Next, we've got baseball. We're going back to 78. We're going back to 78. By the way, this is, we talked a little Pearl Jam earlier today. Pearl Jam frontman Eddie Vedder. This is Pearl Jam frontman Eddie Vedder's favorite player. It is. Make sure there's a, yeah, I see a name. It is Jose Cardinal. All right. And I think Uncle Rich. Uncle Rich with Jose Cardinal. Uncle Rich with the point. So, where's he at on the scoreboard? Uncle Rich, 15. So you break out of a tie with Matt. Oh, where are we at? There we go. Uncle Rich has, we got to change him to 15 points. And Uncle Rich is now in 1, 2, 3, 4th place. 4th place. All right. So there's our updated scoreboard. There it is. Max with 44, card hobbyist closing in 36 points. Flipping sports guy 22. Uncle Rich now at 15. Matt Like 14. Joe Trotto has 13. Dan, Korean Cardboard, 12 points. Flawed Thinker and Harlan tied with 10 each. Porter, Brian, Scotty Dubs, and that dude from Duryea have 6 points. Merle has 5. 4 points each for John, that 70s Card Show. SoCal Guy 1967. And with 3, we've got Huddle Card Collection, Travis Bogart, and Tom Gibson. Jordan Brown has 2 with Bronco, Philly Joe, Spam Likely, Christian, John Maybe. And then with 1 point each, we've got Mark Marinello, Diego, Michael Renicky, Neil Cublin, Dak T-Mac fan, Dave Arnold. Where's Dave at? Shane Zager's got a point. Bill Simus has 1. Terry McDaniel has a point. Shane Koopmans has a point. Charlie, JC3 has a point. Holmes, 168, wraps it up. So there you go. Name that player. We'll do it again. Will we do it again next Friday? Yes, we will do it again next Friday. Had to think of my schedule. So no Hobby Evolution tomorrow morning. Come out, see us at the Madison Card Show. Tomorrow, 9 to 3, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolen Drive. Sold out show, 175 dealer tables spread out through 3 ballrooms. Admission is free. Show hours are 9 a to 3 p. John Nolen Drive. On the other side of John Nolen Drive, it's Bratfest. Bratfest starts today. See some live music. Come out to the show first, then go to Bratfest this weekend. So come out, see us tomorrow. Max will be there, set up. I will not be set up, but I'll probably be looking to buy. I haven't bought much lately. It's been a week. So I might buy some stuff. Who knows? Depends. Where we at? Let's wrap up the chat real quick. Uncle Rich says Cardinal was a great Cub in the 70s. Yeah. Max says, why do we care about Eddie? Eddie Vedder's the man. Eddie Vedder is the fucking man. That's why we care. Mikey says, I suck at this game. I'm not very cultured. Well, you get to learn. It's a learning experience. You get to know about Jose Cardinal. Spam Likely says, have a great day. Hey, you as well, you lovely lady. Orlando says, I still haven't gotten a point, and I watch every episode. Your day is coming. We should do like a vintage only. A vintage only. Uncle Rich, you are welcome. Thank you. Oh yeah, and Uncle Rich has a show this weekend. So if you're in the Dallas area, check out his show. Uncle Rich, plug your show in the DFW area. Sunday and Monday. Orlando says embarrassing. That dude says 78 top Skip Lockwood looks like you. Just my quick thought. Looks like me? Uh-oh. I don't know if I want to look this up. I don't see it. Of course, I think everybody who said, when somebody says, hey, you look like this guy, you're like, yeah, I don't see it. Oops, wrong screen. Let's all right, what do you guys think? Let's see. Let's can we do a side by side? Nope. 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 I don't know. Skip Lockwood. Does he look like me? I don't know. Let's see. Rick says it's small but a fun 20 table show. Peace out to you, card hobbyist. Merle says, good luck at the card shows this weekend. I'm playing in a baseball tournament in South Dakota. Good luck to you. Brian wants to know, where is the show? Red Light 34. Good morning. Red Light shows up just in time for the ending. Have a great weekend to you, Orlando. Link in the chat. There it is. And Low Roller Scratcher makes an appearance. Good news for crypto. Have a great day to you. Harlan says, one day he'll do all pre-war and you'll clean up. Brian says, I don't know shit, but I know Pearl Jam rocks. Yeah, there you go. Low Roller's got a new video up. Pute etre? I don't know what that means. Low Roller says he doesn't look like you. Harlan says he has the wrong hat. He does have the wrong hat. That dude says, maybe I need better glasses. Orlando just subbed to LRS. Check out the ticket scratch. There you go. I love it. All right. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Come see me at the Madison Card Show tomorrow, 9 to 3, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolen Drive, 175 tables, 3 ballrooms. Go to Brat after the show. If you're in the Dallas area, go see Uncle Rich's show. So that's going to wrap it up for today. No Hobby Evolution tomorrow. We will review the Madison Card Show on Sunday morning here, probably 8:30-ish Central Time in the morning, Sunday morning. Next week, let's see. We will go live Monday through Friday, normal time. We will go live normal time Saturday, which is not really normal. It's just whenever. But Sunday and Monday, no Hobby Evolution. No Hobby Evolution next Sunday and next Monday. So a week from Sunday and a week from Monday. I'll be heading down to Anawan Fun Days. So Sunday and Monday, first weekend in June, which is a little over a week away. No Hobby Evolution. All right. Hit up my eBay store as well. Link in the description, 99centcards.com. Save when you buy 7 or more. It's 25% off at checkout. All right. Have a great Friday. We might see you tomorrow at the Madison Card Show. If not, I'll see you Sunday morning here on Hobby Evolution.